Hello everyone and welcome to the NightThemedRave podcast. I am one of your hosts, Raven, and I'm joined by our usuals.
Hello everyone, my name is Lord Ed Monkey. I am, as usual, very wholesome and glad to be back.
Welcome everyone, I am Karma. I'm the scuffed one of these podcasts.
Yeah, and today we're talking about The Legend of Zelda, specifically Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity, which are basically the same game, just different gameplay. Story-wise, they're almost the same, kind of. Actually, not really, but you know.
I feel like that is gonna piss off some people.
Okay. Yeah, okay, Raven, you need to correct that statement. They're not the same game. Different people create. Nintendo might have licensed Age of Calamity, but they're not the ones who created it.
Yeah, the other
it's a
people
Hyrule
did. What's the game called?
Warriors game.
It's
Warriors game.
yeah, the Warriors games. I forget the name of them. So yeah. How do we start this one, guys?
I don't have a fucking clue.
I would say we start off by talking about Breath of the Wild.
I think we should start off by welcoming our guest. Hello, Show.
Hi, Show.
Heyo.
Are you in a submarine?
I am not in a submarine, I am in a tender.
Do we have a picture to display for Show?
Let me look.
Stand by.
No, we do not.
Stand by.
Should we explain why we decided to do Zelda?
No.
The Zelda games?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Look in your chat.
I see it. Thank you.
I'm only going to be able to be here for a couple of minutes, but I thought I'd poke my head in because you're talking about Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Breath of the Wild and Calamity of Ganon, or whatever it's called? Age of Calamity, that's what it's called.
I haven't played Age of Calamity.
Age
I have
of
played
Calamity.
the Breath of the Wild.
Okay. Did you finish Breath of the Wild?
I got all the way to the end, and then my armor wasn't high enough, so I kept getting brutally murdered.
So what you're saying is you're not good.
Yeah, I'm not good.
How the hell did you do that? Show.
How did I do
Just
that?
curious.
I never went to any of the fairies.
How the
that
hell
have
did
my
you get
armor.
brutally murdered?
I never went to any of the fairies. to
No,
get
how
my
the
armor
hell did you
upgraded.
get brutally? Yeah. Okay. Let me rephrase this question. How the hell did you get murdered by the easiest boss in Zelda? Easiest final boss of all Zelda.
Because I couldn't dodge worth a shit.
Yeah, okay, that would do it.
Yeah, I don't even think I ever actually reached him. I think I kept getting murked by the centaur creatures that you have to meet before him if you've defeated the other 4 before him. I don't know, I haven't played it in a while.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Those who are not aware, if you do not clear the Divine Beasts, you have to fight all 4 Blights.
Well, you only have to fight one blight
at
per
Hyrule
Divine
Castle.
Beast.
What the fuck is a blight?
It's an offshoot, essentially an offshoot of Ganon that Ganon used to take control of the Divine Beast to allow him to take away the essentially party's power until to where he could take over, and now you have to defeat them to get the Divine Beast back.
So
So,
it's essentially like a glorified facehugger.
no. Monkey, think of it like this. Do you remember the physical... What is it called again? Misery? Karma,
Calamity?
what was it called again?
The Calamity?
No, not the Calamity. It's like the physical manifestation of one of Ganon's emotions. I can't remember which fucking emotion. But that stuff is like a goo, and it
there's
combined...
only-
What?
Oh, Malice.
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 It's malice combined with Sheikah
Sheikah
parts.
technology.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what that goo was.
Yes.
Yeah, all that goo is actually, well, there's a few theories behind it, if any of you are interested.
No, not really, but go ahead
shoot.
anyway.
Always.
Okay. Well, I've seen one theory where they say the malice is actually the blood of the Demon King demise
That's a fuckload of blood.
in physical form.
Yeah, that's a lot of blood, and also I don't know who that is.
How can one person
Not
have so much
surprising.
blood? I know this is a fantasy world, but still.
Excuse you, fantasy. This is an
Theory.
extremely realistic world with goblins. Sorry, moblins.
Moblins.
That's they're called moblins.
Oh, there's no goblins.
Karma, get better internet.
That's not the point.
Hey, don't forget, there's horses in Zelda. So there's at least some real world things.
Yeah, like Lionels, which are basically centaurs.
Why
centaurs.
didn't they use like
The word for centaur?
mainstream names?
I don't know.
It's not like they're copyrighted.
Yeah, but it
No,
has to
because
be unique.
well, they're not. They're based off of centaurs, but they're not actually centaurs. They're more beast-like.
Yeah, so
What,
like
it's
centaurs.
Salute from chaotic.
What?
Man, riveting
And
conversation
also,
we're
fun
having
fact:
with Karma.
they only appear in one timeline.
Oh,
Of the,
wait,
they only appear in one timeline out of 3 that split from Ocarina of Time. Specifically, the Downfall timeline.
If Legend of Zelda isn't a realistic world, then Roll20 isn't a reliable website with no errors, and we can't have that. That's a good point. I should probably explain that really quick. For our D&D group, we use a website called Roll20, and a joke is that every time there's an error, we say Roll20 is a reliable website with absolutely no problems whatsoever. You can imagine this phrase comes up quite often.
I would think
So
so.
often than I care to admit.
Speaking of, I'm gonna go see if I can actually launch the game right now, and let's see what it says.
Also, to add on to that, part of the reason they don't call it centaurs or goblins or anything like that is because then they can't copyright it and get more money.
Yeah. Because it's not a goblin, it's a moblin. So if you use the same design, they can copyright it and strike you because they're Nintendo and they love doing that. Also, Roll20 didn't load. Big surprise.
So basically, Nintendo being Nintendo.
Yeah. As always.
Basically. So are we
Okay.
just talking about the 2 Switch games, or are we talking about all the Zelda games?
Mostly just the 2 Switch games, but we can talk about all the Zelda games.
The only thing I know about Zelda is
I would say we briefly touch on past games only if it's relevant to the story of Breath of the Wild.
y'all are gonna have to keep up with me because the only stuff I
Understandable.
know. The only stuff I know about those games is what I saw in that 30-minute video. What the fuck the Master Sword is, and that there's an ocarina that allows you to travel in time.
Oh, don't forget masks that let you change your physical characteristics. And also, a
And I know
wand
of an
that lets you
artifact called
control
Majora's
the...
Mask.
Yeah, there's also a wand that lets you control the weather.
And apparently darkness will make you a furry.
Yeah.
What?
There's also a lot of different
like-
iterations of Ganon.
Yeah,
So-
the one I know is the one from Smash.
Yeah, that's Ganondorf. Actual
Yeah,
Ganon is like a giant pig guy.
What the fuck is the difference then between Ganon and Ganondorf?
I'll show a picture of Ganon and Ganondorf.
There's Okay, I can actually explain this one quite well. So Ganondorf is a Gerudo male who is only born every 100 years, who is automatically the king of the Gerudo. However, because of the Curse of Demise, which I've touched upon, which is only explained in the 2011 game Skyward Sword, it is revealed that Ganondorf is actually the Curse of Demise bringing to life, who also happens to have the title Demon King. No, King of Thieves, sorry.
Really quick, picture on the left is Ganondorf, picture on the right is Ganon.
So anyway, Ganondorf is basically a humanoid figure who has green skin in most iterations of him with flaming red hair. Ganon, however,
So he's
is a
basically
giant
Irish.
beast. Is a giant pig beast-like monster who mostly only has destruction on his mind.
So then Ganon is more like an out-of-control beast.
Correct.
Like a wild animal that doesn't really have like a will, but not a will, but more like he doesn't have like self-control.
Mostly, yeah.
Is there no really good pictures of Calamity Ganon? Really?
No, there's not.
Calamity Ganon is the one from,
Breath of the Wild.
Okay, it is for the one from Breath of the Wild, okay.
So is Ganon and Ganondorf related somehow?
They're the same person. The same person, just one's an out-of-control pig-like beast monster.
So then Ganondorf and the little like corrupted guardian are basically the same thing then.
Well, no, that's where it gets interesting. Because until the reveal of Breath of the Wild 2, we had no idea Ganondorf was even a thing. And even now, people are still talking about it. There's still people arguing about is it really Ganondorf or is it someone else?
Okay.
Oh. It's really
So, really, the thing that you need to know is that, The Legend of Zelda has a lot of different timelines, and almost every game is in a different timeline. So imagine it like reincarnations of Zelda, Link, and Ganon, and they're battling throughout different multiverses. Also, they're
Okay.
all linked by this thing called the Triforce.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, when Princess Zelda awakened her sacred power, I know what the symbol of the Triforce looks like, and why does it appear on her hand? Is like the Triforce somehow linked to the sacred power?
Yeah, basically the Triforce is
So, that's another interesting point you make, Monkey, because we don't really know. All we know is that it's the symbol of the Triforce. We don't know if it's the full Triforce, or if it's a piece of the Triforce, or what. All we know is that it's the symbol of Triforce with the golden light of the goddesses.
Well, we all know that it's not the full Triforce because only one part of it lights up.
No, all three parts light up.
No, only one does.
So only one of them does on every person, because Zelda has one, then Link has one, and then Ganondorf has one. So each of them have a different piece of the Triforce. So it is split.
But why does Ganondorf has one?
But
It depends on which universe you're talking about, but basically just think of it like Destiny.
Like, it's not necessarily like power given to good people.
Let me explain this part. So Zelda has the blood of the goddess Hylia. Link has the spirit of the hero, Ganondorf is the curse of demise.
Okay, so
And
they're
so-
all linked to one another somehow.
They're linked because of Demise's final words of Skyward Sword. Throughout all of time, paraphrasing here, throughout all time, those who share your blood, share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, will be eternally cursed with, well, my, or something for basically ever.
You sound like
Perfect.
fucking
I
Nico
don't know
speaking
the exact
English. What are you trying to say?
So,
Will remember
my laid a
whatever.
curse upon. Mize laid a curse on Link, saying that the spirit of the hero and the blood of the goddess will be followed by his malice for all time. That's the curse of demise, which follows throughout every single Legend of Zelda game to this day. So they're all split because all three of them possess the things worthy of one piece of the Triforce: power, courage, and wisdom. Link, the spirit of the hero, possesses the Triforce of courage. Zelda, the blood of the goddess, Hylia, possesses the Triforce of wisdom, which leaves Ganondorf, the curse of demise, with the Triforce of power.
And what would happen if one person were to wield all three Triforces?
They're basically any wish they want comes true.
Okay, so they're broken then. They become insanely broken.
So only one wish comes true with them. So I've only ever seen the full Triforce used 3 times throughout the Zelda series. The first time is when Link assembled all 3 pieces in Skyward Sword to crush the imprisoned at the Sacred Temple, or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called. Sealed Grounds. Yes, that's what it's called. Then again in Wind Waker, when the King of Hyrule wishes for the entire kingdom to be flooded alongside with Ganondorf. And then at the end of Legend of Zelda 2: Adventure of Link, when again Link uses the full Triforce to awaken Zelda from a deep slumber.
Okay. So from what I can gather, it's basically like a oh fuck, I had the name in mind.
Get
It's
out of
basically
jail
like
free
a-
card.
It's basically like a one-time genie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had something else in mind, but I forgot it, so we're gonna go with that.
A D&D wish spell.
Sure, let's go with that. So, Raven, did you write some questions, or am I the only one who wrote down some stuff?
Oh no, I didn't write questions. I just remembered a couple of
you-
things.
Because you both know what the fuck Zelda games are. I've no of them. I've never played them.
I've only played a handful of them, but I know most of the stuff.
I feel like Karma is the Zelda geek here.
Yeah, he is.
So funny thing is, Monkey, I've only ever played 2 Zelda games.
And how many have you played, Raven?
Link to the Past, Breath of the Wild, the original, So 3.
All right, so that makes Raven the expert then.
I would not count myself
I
as the
have
expert.
4.
Oh, that makes Show the expert then.
I only know as much as I do from well, videos about it. That's as
But yeah.
I only know as much as what I've watched in videos. So
The only reason I became a Zelda fan was one of my friends was like, "Here, borrow this game." At one point in high school, and they're just like, "Okay, cool," and then I became addicted to it.
Yeah, I never finished any of the games, but I've played them. Like, I played, like, the first couple of, like, rooms in the original Zelda. I played, like, half of Breath of the Wild and, like, a little more than half of Link to the Past.
If I remember the ones I
I've
played,
fully played Ocarina of Time, and I've played I've played fully Ocarina of Time, halfway through Majora's Mask, up to Dungeon 5 in the original, 10 minutes of Zelda 2, about hour and a half of Link to the Past, and that's about it.
You don't have a Switch, right?
I do not.
Yeah. And then we all watched the video on Age of Calamity.
Yes.
By the way, that video, did we say the name of the channel?
I don't think so.
Zeltic.
I know by heart. He's amazing. He does all sorts of different stuff, but he's mostly known for his Zelda theories.
oh,
And
hey
then,
guys, I gotta go back to work, so I'll see
alright.
you guys.
See ya, show.
Bye, Show.
And then,
Yeah, he's mostly known for his Zelda theories.
and then me and Karma watched a video by the leaderboard, which was Breath of the Wild in 11 minutes. And apparently, Karma hates it. I wasn't
Absolutely
quite
fucking
fond of it.
Hated it.
Why did you hate it? Tell us, Karma.
Absolutely fucking hated it. So he doesn't really explain anything. All he says is, "Oh, this happens," and then this happens.
Oh, okay,
and
so he
it's just
doesn't
like,
get into the lore or
oh,
anything. He just goes,
hey.
"Oh, that happened, and that happened, and
I
that
don't-
happened," just like a grocery store list.
Not
Yeah.
to mention all of his stupid jokes.
Yeah, his jokes really
That
weren't
really
funny.
ticked me off mostly though. He wakes up in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle slime. No, it's not that. It's so much more complicated. And it's not at the same time. It's not slime at all.
Well, when you try
It's
to
a liquid,
deconstruct
but
a
it's
joke,
not
it's
slime.
awful. So, moving on. Besides, his jokes were
And
pretty
then Sheikah
cringy,
Slate
though.
No, they absolutely fucking sucked.
Kind of like Karma's jokes.
At most, I never said my jokes were good.
At least we can agree on that one.
But no,
All
like,
I said is
he
that
did
his
make
jokes are
the
absolute
joke about
trash.
the Sheikah Slate being an iPad or iPhone, whatever. Like, everyone does that. And that's just the easiest way to describe it. Because it's like, how do I describe this device? Okay, it's a touchpad. Oh, so it's an iPhone. It's like, yeah.
So,
Okay,
where
yeah,
did
that
all
one is okay.
who
That
were
one
the
was
Sheikas?
and then
I have no fucking clue.
that's an interesting question. That's a good question, Monkey. So the Sheikah, throughout all of the Zelda, have always been called the Hidden Royal Guard, or the royal family's like assassins. So think of that. There's there the hidden dark past of the royal family. So, and the one that we see throughout most of the game's input is 90% of the time Zelda's attendant. 90% of the time.
It's also worth mentioning that there are Raves.
Who we see impact. Yeah, that's true.
How ancient are they?
Most people, from what so
Finish what you were saying.
they go back as far as long before Skyward Sword.
At least 10,000 years ago in the Breath of the Wild universe.
Is that long species-wise, or?
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm reading a wiki page. It says they were around more than 10,000 years ago. After the first great calamity, about 10,000 years ago, their technology power came to be viewed as a threat to the kingdom.
Yeah,
Fucking Hyrule.
were they like basically like the Dwemer's of the Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, kind of, I think.
In the Breath of the Wild, yes. Most of the other games, like Ocarina of Time, they're not. In Ocarina of Time, think of more like Ninja Shadow Folk. That's more of what they are in most of the games.
Okay. And
Shadow
their
Folk.
weapons and artifacts are basically like those giant robots we see.
Yes, they were made
Their
by
weapons-
the Sheikahs.
Yeah. Of 10,000 years ago, to Breath of the Wild, yes.
Because the ones
Divine
defending
Beasts,
the Royal
the Guardians.
Guards aren't able to make them anymore?
So, I'm not entirely sure about that part. What I do know is that Breath of the Wild is said to be the conclusion of all three timeline splits. And at the same time, it's not.
Breath of the
So it's
Wild is
weird.
just another universe. It's just another universe. That's it. It's simple.
Can I ask a question that might sound stupid?
Why not?
Is Zelda basically like Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time?
How so?
Before it.
I
don't
She
know.
has a lab and likes to work with tech. And she's a
In
princess.
specifically Breath of the Wild, yes. Normally, she's just an adventurous girl. And she doesn't have any, special powers outside of the Triforce. But in Breath of the Wild, she's supposed to be
So-
extremely smart and also have powers.
So she's not like Peach
So,
where she just get kidnapped.
Yeah,
she
she's not
plays a-
defenseless or anything. She can
She
fight,
plays an
kind
important,
of.
God, far from it. Far
she
from
plays an important role
defenseless in
then.
any of the variations.
Then she
As
plays
I
an
said
important
earlier,
role.
she holds the blood of the goddess of Hylia. She's basically mostly goddess. She holds a goddess's blood.
So,
Oh, I just know his show isn't here, so I should hide his emo guest thing. Yep.
so since she's,
Well, or as is explained in Skyward Sword, she's a god in mortal form.
so does that make her mortal then?
She
So
is mortal.
Zelda's mortal. She could die by a blow to the heart, just as any other person can.
So can Link.
She would just be. Yeah, both of them are.
Ganon can't be,
Both
though,
mortal.
as far as I'm aware. Ganon will just, be reborn.
Yeah, from what I understand, Ganon is just like a cycle basically.
All three of them are reborn.
Well, it's a little different, but yeah. Ganon will literally be reborn, every 100 years or whatever. Zelda and Link, who the fuck knows when they'll be reborn if they die.
Every 100 years.
Is that ever explained? Because I don't
So
know.
it's said that the spirit of the hero will be born only if the Curse of Demise is going to be active during his lifetime. Then he will hold the spirit of the hero. The Triforce and the ability to hold the Triforce of Courage.
Okay.
For Zelda's case, every female born into the royal family must be named Zelda.
That sounds
Because of
kinda
old and
stupid.
ancient because of ancient traditions and shit like that.
So, how many Zeldas were there in all of history then?
A lot.
However many females were born into the royal family.
So a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does Link never have parents? That's a great question.
Because heroes never have parents
Yeah.
in video games.
But,
The only one that I
well, the
actually
funny thing is
know-
he does have parents. Is so in Ocarina of Time it said he did have a mother who
But she
brought him
died
to the
shortly.
Great Deku Tree.
Yeah.
He died shortly afterwards. And then in Twilight Princess, the sequel to basically like 40 or something, however many years later, after Ocarina of Time, it said that the hero of Twilight, the Link of that era, was actually the descendant of the hero of Time, the Link from Ocarina of Time, actual descendant.
So it's not always the same Link then that we see.
No, it's never the same Link.
Never the same Link, never the same Zelda. But they aren't, and they are at the same time. Because, like I said, Demise's curse.
So does it also affect them then, in some way?
And then, yeah, it affects everybody involved in the curse. Ganondorf, Zelda, Link,
And that curse is reincarnation.
Basically.
kind of.
And
There's more to it than just
Okay.
reincarnation, though.
well, what is it
Easily, yeah.
then?
Ask Karma.
We don't have time to get into that.
Like roughly.
It's the power of the light that Zelda uses in the Age of Calamity that you saw. That's part of the curse.
That's a
That's-
pretty good fucking curse.
That's her blood of the goddess.
Oh,
That's her blood of the
whatever.
goddess.
Same difference.
Link is the spirit of the hero who Mize cursed to follow his
And then,
Alice or
basically,
whatever.
Link's special
I don't
power is that he has
believe
extra
that's what he used.
durability.
For all time.
So he's just extra tough.
Yeah, pretty much. He has more stamina than the average person, and he has, like, all these other shit. Even in his weakened state, he's still stronger than the average person.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about most of Zelda games. You start off as just a little stronger than the average person, and then become the hero needed to save the world, or Hyrule.
Yeah, like in
Throughout the
Breath of the
entire
Wild,
game.
a big mechanic is that you start off with only so much HP and so much health, and you have to do shrines in order to collect pieces or fragments of something, I forget, and then you basically combine the fragments into either
Called
health
spirit
or
orbs.
stamina. Whatever.
Is it kind of like what we saw in Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes, it's exactly like that, except instead of for
I've
like
never
the special
watched that,
bar.
so I wouldn't know.
Alright, well, don't talk over me while I'm talking about it. He basically just increases his stamina or his HP the same way that it works in Ghost of Tsushima, though.
Right. Just that Ghost of Tsushima is slightly more violent.
Age of Calamity is pretty violent, too. The only difference is after the monsters die, they disappear.
and they don't leave a puddle of blood.
Yeah. They do leave puddles of blood.
You know what I fucking mean.
Yeah.
They don't like leave
Bleed
like
out
a
and scream in
bleed
death.
out,
No.
or you don't see a fucking head flying. Because the Legend of Zelda are still games that are not only designed for older people, but that can also be enjoyed by the younger people. I assume.
Yeah, it's at its core a game for
A child
children.
game.
It's god damn it, I'm sorry for the notification went off again. Either way. Next question.
Yeah. Mm.
What the fuck is a Hyrule?
That's the, like, land. That's what it's called. It's like a continent. Or is it the world, actually?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question because Hyrule is in some cases the world, in some cases the continent. Like in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, it said that Hyrule was a continent, and that the point of Phantom Hourglass was to find a new Hyrule, or another land to basically have a new Hyrule, which is what Spirit Tracks is on. So it's both, and it's depends on the game, honestly. I don't think it's ever really explained fully. I don't remember.
Okay.
Raven, did you? Why did the background just flashed? We just flashed into your Discord.
I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to actually clear the chat, but I can't clear the chat for some reason. It won't let me.
It worked.
Well, it worked on your guys' end, but it didn't work on the stream. Or on my end. So... maybe if I refresh chat? Nope.
This might be way too much in depth, but what powers the Divine Beast? Because they're obviously machines, like the medium
So-
from the Skyrim lore.
So
which is
what
powered by
powers the
Heart of
Divine
God.
Beasts? What powers the Divine Beast, you asked?
Yeah.
Agent Chica technology.
Yeah, it's not
Okay,
explained.
I get that.
It's not
Okay.
explained.
So that's it. That's all that powers it.
Because if you go, like, for example, the Skyrim lore, there's a new medium, a brass god created by the Dwemer, but we know that it was once the Dwemer tried to power it using the heart of a god called Lorcan, and that Tiber Semtib powered it with his own soul. But beyond that, like, it was never powered in because nothing was powerful enough to power it.
The only thing I can tell you is that the water beast uses water, and it probably uses some type of, like, mill.
So they're powered by their own specific element then.
Yes, I believe so.
So by elemental magic, so they're more like golems.
Yeah.
So okay, so there's 4 Divine Beasts. The Divine Beast Varuta is the Zora Divine Beast, which controls mostly water, mostly controls. And then you have Divine Beast Varudania, which is in the fire state of Hyrule, Death Mountain. So it would have some control over fire. And then you have Divine Beast Va Meadow, which flies through the sky, so it would have some power over air. And then you have Divine Beast Va Naboris, who has some degree control over lightning.
Or you could just do it the simple way and call them the lightning one, the water one, the fire one, and the air one.
Yeah, but that's boring though.
Yeah, but their names are stupid though. It's like fucking 3
It's like-
syllables.
Their names are not stupid, they have meaning behind it.
It's like playing
stupid.
an Elder Scroll game and going like, you know that one demon that lost his mind instead of saying Shiogora.
Okay, that is easy because fucking his name.
Shiogorat.
Shiogorath. That's an easier name than Lockvictor or some shit.
You say it was easy, but I had to help you
It's
say it.
easier, I said. I didn't say it was easy. Either way, though, I just call them the Elephant Beast, the Bird Beast. I forget what the other two are.
A lizard and something else.
Lizard? No, I don't think it's a lizard, is it?
Just, there's a, by Raven's terms, there's an elephant, a bird, a salamander, and a camel.
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, the last one's a camel?
Yeah, that's the thunder one. It's because it's in the desert.
Yes.
This is not my favorite beast just because it's a camel.
It's your favorite beast?
Just because it's a camel.
I don't know, man. The fire salamander is pretty cool. Actually, no, I'm gonna lie. My favorite's the elephant.
wait till you see wait till you actually see what it's like inside of it, Monkey, then talk about it again.
Yeah, all of the fucking divine beasts are puzzles, by the way, and I especially hate the camel.
You just
Most
gave
people
me an
do.
evil idea for when I get enough channel points on the next channel.
What, make him play Breath of the Wild?
Yes, if
No,
it's possible.
that's too long of a game.
Fuck. Or I could just make him
if
play, make him go do a full playthrough of House of Da Vinci.
And I don't... Did you see him play today? Poppy Playtime?
he had a hard time.
I walked away to watch the video for this episode because I couldn't watch it anymore. When he got down into the fucking vents and just didn't walk around and walk up for like 15 minutes, I just gave up. Either way, we're getting off track.
Did he really do that?
Yeah. No, what's even worse...
We'll talk about it after.
Really quick, what's even worse about it, though, is he found the right way to go, but then he didn't get the answer to the puzzle, which was really fucking simple. So he went back to trying to brute force it, and it was just painful.
Well, Nug is a different breed.
He's a Bostonian.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have more questions, Monkey?
Yes, let me open back my document.
Why'd you close it in the
What
first
the-
place?
It was just reduced.
Oh.
What is the lore? I want to know. Like, of course, I'm gonna ask you more questions about lore. What is the lore behind the Great Calamity? Like, what causes it?
Ganon
Like,
waking
what
up.
brings it in?
So, all we know is that the Great Calamity was prophesized from 10,000 years ago because of the first Great Calamity. And
Yeah,
then
I
it said
remember that
another
from the video.
calamity will appear or something like that. And then,
Basically what happens is
so
every 100 years
until
Ganon
Breath of
wakes
the
up.
Wild- until the reveal of Breath of the Wild 2, not every 100 years, every assuming 10,000 years, because this is the only second calamity.
Wait, it's the only second calamity? I thought this was like the 13th calamity.
As far as
Oh yeah, no.
we're aware, we don't know.
I'm pretty sure this is like the 100th or calamity or some shit, and you just have to look at it in the lore notes. Like, it's like a BioShock game where you have to find the notes that are hidden around for the lore. So everyone, quick, open Google.
No, I'm pretty sure it's actually the second calamity, because I don't think there's been more.
How many calamities are there? Okay, that is not Legend of Zelda. I'll look up Breath of the Wild. There's the Great Calamity.
Right.
So, there's at least 3 calamities.
Okay, at least 3, yeah.
So there's one we never saw then.
That I knew there.
Yes. Oh wait, no.
Correct.
Okay, no. I'm sorry. The Great Calamity happens in the olden times, 10,000 years ago, and then it happens again in Breath of the Wild, and then there was a quote-unquote third one in Age of Calamity.
So the one
Yeah,
that,
that Age of Calamity gets weird.
Because it's a different timeline, but it's technically the same Calamity, but it's also different at the same time.
Yeah. There could be more before the first recorded Calamity, or in between. We just don't know. Because all we know is that 10,000 years ago, a Calamity happened, and they stopped it with the power of the Sheikah and the 4 champions.
The Divine Beasts.
And basically, the Divine Beasts, Guardians,
and a hero that was never... And a hero and a princess.
Yes. That's what we know happened 10,000 years ago. But we don't know if there was another one before that, another one after that, or what. We just don't know. It's never explained.
Okay. Any other questions, Monkey? Because I have one I'm kind of waiting for, and I figured I'll just ask it once you're all done. Oh, no, go ahead.
Go for it.
Alright.
No, go for it. No,
Alright.
I'll continue afterwards.
Karma might know the answer to this, might not. Do you know how Ganon gained control of the power of, Malice?
I do actually. I've mentioned it many times.
Oh, is it just the
already.
curse?
It's the curse of demise, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that actually, like, gave him the power to do... Because then that would mean that he's already awakened his power, basically. Zelda's power is light, so what is Link's power? Just a wish?
Wasn't it courage?
Courage isn't a power, though. Like, I mean, like, physically, Ganon can create malice and control, like, the minds of people. Zelda can create, like, light explosions.
Okay, so... Okay, let me try to explain this a little differently. So, yes, Link has courage. He's also the only one able to wield the Master Sword or the Blade of Evil's Bane to its full potential.
Right,
so I guess you could say that the Master Sword is his power.
Okay, I accept that.
So it's basically a King
you
Arthur
could say
that is the only one that can wield Excalibur.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, the only difference is that other people can wield it if it's not trapped in the ground. Okay, it's funny you actually mention Excalibur, because if you didn't know,
It's not.
in Breath of the Wild, it's trapped in the ground, and Link literally has to pull it out like Excalibur.
Yeah, I know that. I saw that clip.
Okay, I wasn't sure. But, as far as I'm aware, everyone can wield the blade, but they don't get the power.
No, because if someone drops if like
Right.
only like
So,
the
If someone not worthy of wielding the blade pulls it, they can quote-unquote wield the blade, but they can't use its evil destroying properties.
Yeah.
Only Link can do that.
It's just a regular sword for them.
pretty much.
Correct.
Alright, next question, Monkey. We should have enough time for 1 or 2 more questions.
Oh, we're only going for 1 hour today?
I figured.
Yeah, it isn't.
There's not a lot to talk about, honestly. Well, I mean, like,
Yeah,
there
this is
but...
more of a meme episode since we're doing Genshin Impact next week.
Yeah. Are we still, like, we can cancel that. We don't have to do it.
Well, we have a guest lined
mean-
up. Yet you made me line up, so it's too late.
Oh
now.
shit, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh well.
So if you ever wanted to cancel it, it's too late because you made me.
Get a guest, yeah. It's
You
fine.
asked me to get a guess.
I'll ask somebody else if they want a guest as well.
And who are the 4 champions and how are they important? And like
So the
how are they different from Link?
So the 4 champions each have their own tower per se. Like for instance, Mipha, the Zora champion, can heal wounds. Daruk, the Goron champion, has ultimate protection. Rivali, the Rito champion, actually made his own power. He basically creates an updraft for better flight. And Urbosa, the Gerudo champion, and make lightning strikes.
Okay.
So those are the 4 champions and their powers. So the relations to Link are all differently. Because Mipha and Link have a past together. Because they have a past together, like childhood. Think of Mipha as a childhood friend to Link.
With Mipha?
She's a fish lady.
Oh, okay.
Mipha is the Zora champion.
Yeah, he completely cut out. Hello?
So,
Karma, are you there?
I'm.
I heard and then you
Can
cut
you hear
out
me?
again. Hey, hello.
Am I here?
Kind of. You're like
Well-
half here. You keep cutting out, though.
Yeah. Okay. So Mipha is the childhood friend to Link, who is a fish person. Daruk is. Oh, I'm actually not quite sure how he relates to Link.
He's
Not
just,
quite sure, actually.
So, from what I
Rivali is
understand, they
think of
basically
as-
went and tried to find the strongest champions from each race, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so they're just like the most powerful person in that race.
Or the most important. Either most important or most powerful.
But important doesn't mean powerful, though.
Yeah, I know. But, like, in the fish
Yeah,
people's case, it was
So
like
there's
their
the 5
princess.
champions. It's their princess who has
With
healing
the seal?
powers.
Oh, she does have healing powers. Okay, so she has something special about her. I wasn't sure.
The seal?
No, not the seal. The fish person. She literally looks like a, I don't know what type of fish she is. I'll throw a picture of her up on screen. What's her name again? Mintha? Mipha? Yes, Mipha. I believe.
Kind of a IPHA.
I got it.
She kind of looks like a stingray. If a stingray walked on 2 legs and had arms.
Yeah. And a
That's an
fucking
interesting
giant
image.
spear.
Okay, she looks better than what I imagined. I
Yeah.
forgot what she looks like from the video.
Yeah. Well, there's also, the guy, who's also a fish person as well. I forget his name, though.
Sidon.
Sidon.
I feel like there's gonna be loot out of her.
Zora. People fucking love
So-
this guy.
I wonder why. Look at his face.
Yeah. They want to fuck him, let's be honest.
Yeah,
They're all
so
scalies.
there's... No, they want Link to fuck him.
True. Close enough, though. They're still
That's what they
scalies.
want. Because those people... fan of the Link X Sidon chip. So...
Why does that exist, though?
Because he's a hot fish and Link is hot?
Looks like a fucking kid half of the time. Fuck
Is-
off.
Half of the time. The other half of the time, he's very not. Have you seen him in the cross-dressing?
No.
Let me open Google.
Yeah.
Please enlighten me. You have.
Yeah.
You-
So in order to get into Gerudo Village, Link has to quote unquote cross-dress as a woman.
Why?
Get
Because
into
the village
get into
only
the village,
allows
'cause
females.
only allows
Oh,
females
that's
into
bullshit.
the
Like
village.
Amazon type shit.
Yeah, it's like an Amazon village. Here's a picture of
Well,
Link
the Gerudo
cross-dressing.
are an Amazonic people.
With a bunch of fucking weapons and arrows and shit on his back. Let me try to find a
How
better picture.
were they tricked into thinking that that was a woman?
Here's a really good fan art.
Well, the technical term they use for him in game is Vi, V-A-I. So, I mean,
He still looks flat as all hell.
And so there are girls that are flat too. Let me see,
In a video game world,
yeah.
that surprises me.
there actually is some in Legend of Zelda that are like that.
Here's an
so-
example of a child and an adult, Gerudo. And you see she's kinda flat.
Okay, but she still has like a female physique.
Well, I
Link
mean,
clearly-
yeah, but like,
Link clearly has a male physique.
yeah, he's got those hips.
Yep.
He got
That's
them
why they
hips.
call. That's why they call him. That's why they call him a Vi, because it's kind of like meh.
So did he just go
Call
like,
him a vibe
it's okay,
because-
girls, I'm a dude, but I identify as a woman?
I mean, I'm not gonna say yes to that, but I'm not gonna say no either. What the fuck
I'm in
is
the same
this?
boat as Raven. I'm not gonna say yes, but I'm not gonna say no.
What the fuck? Either way, there's a very famous lady. What's her fucking name? Urobuso?
Bosa, yes.
Uroboso. Yeah, she has big fucking tits compared to most Gerudos.
Pictures?
I'm trying to show her one right now. I'm trying to see. What's her name? Uroboso?
Booba?
Uroboso.
You hold on. Actually, let me type it. Let me type it in chat.
I heard Booba and I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean, this is the extent of her booba. Yeah, Uroboso, yeah.
So that's considered big for that?
For that race, yes.
Yeah, that's considered big for the Gerudo.
Do they ever found out that Link is not a woman?
Oh, yeah, no, like, as soon as he enters the area with the princess and her guards, they immediately go, "Oh, it's you, Link. What are you doing in our village? Aren't you a man?" And if you try to enter the village not in the outfit, you get stopped by guards and they throw you out.
Wow, toxic towards the hero.
If you take off the outfit in town without being in a certain spot, you get thrown out as well.
Okay, so the guards are still retarded enough to let you in, even though you have a male physique. Got it.
They don't see that. All they see is, oh, Vi, you can enter. Of course, it doesn't keep up when he actually walks up to Riju. Of course, Riju goes, "Oh, that's a Shaken Slate. Oh, you must be the Hyrulean champion, Link."
So did she know Link, or?
She knew who he was, guy.
Oh, really?
Riju knew. Oh yeah.
And I wasn't talking about. I was talking about what Riven posted in the podcast chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look later.
We have a new guest for next week, that's all.
So we have 2 guests, Dan.
Yes, we have 2 guests.
Good.
One of them is a whale. I don't know what Kira is.
Wait, he's a whale now?
No, not as a VTuber, but as like a person, he's a whale. Do you not know that term?
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking clue where Kira's from.
I don't know if Kira's a whale or not.
I can assure
Wait,
you.
no,
he's
okay,
not
okay, no. Here, let me clear some misconfusion. A whale is a person who will spend a lot of money on gacha games. Does that make more sense now?
Oh. Oh.
Oh, they'll be fun to have on. They'll be fun to have for Genshin Impact.
Yeah. So, I'd say like one more question if you have one more question, Monkey, and then we'll end the episode.
I have a few inconsistencies to talk about, but yeah.
Okay, we can do
Oh,
that.
sure. Go ahead.
Go ahead and talk about your inconsistencies then.
Okay, so first off, in Breath of the Wild lore, it said Link pulled the Master Sword at a young age. However, in Age of Calamity, he only pulled it when Astor appeared in the Korok Forest. So that's an inconsistency right there. It's basically the only one that I knew about.
Okay.
That's basically what I basically wanted just to touch on that point. That Age of Calamity
Got the lore wrong.
didn't say
Yeah.
Link had already pulled the Master Sword like he did in Breath of the Wild lore. But you only find out that part in if you purchase one of the 2 books that came with Breath of the Wild. I don't remember which one it was in. I'm sure someone will tell me. It was either in Masterworks or Creating a Champion. I don't remember which one. That was mentioned in, but it was mentioned in one of them.
Okay. We talked about it last week. Monkey, who is our raid target for this week?
Kuro. I think she's live now.
Oh, Corone. Yep, Corone, that's her name. She's an EDM district
that person.
VTuber, huh?
No idea what that means.
And if you're a chat buddy.
Okay.
Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the NTR podcast. I've decided to do the outro because we normally don't have an outro and Raven is gonna be greedy.
Yeah.
Fucking knew it, you greedy bastard.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow the Twitter, follow the Twitch, and join the Discord if you're 18 plus.
Yeah, I was about to say. And please use NTR raid.
NTR raid with the emote if you are here. We are going to raid Corone now.
Corin.
Yeah, Corone.
Okay, whatever.
Bye, everyone. Give us all your money.
Why?
We have a
And
bid
yeah,
encounter.
Raven's being greedy again.
Bye.